Welcome back to OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut, where we talk about real communication, real stories, real challenges, unedited, unfiltered, uncut. I'm Vineeta Khanna, your host, and today we are tackling something that almost every speaker dreads. That moment when your mind just goes completely blank in the middle of a sentence or a speech. I've been there. I know how this feels. You know the feeling. You're on the stage, the lights are on you, the audience is waiting. And suddenly, nothing. Your brain empties out. Your heart races, your palms sweat. Almost feel sure that everybody can see the panic on your face. Here's the good news. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. And you're not the only one this is happening to, by the way. It happens to the best of the best. In fact, in 2016, in a speech in Ireland, President Obama completely lost his place on the teleprompter. And do you know what he did? He smiled, paused, and said, "This is what happens when you get to 53. The crowd laughed. He relaxed. And he moved right on. That's the power of recovery. Let's be clear. Forgetting your words is completely normal. It's not a sign that you are a bad speaker. It's a sign that you are human. Even the most celebrated communicators have been there. Emma Watson, during her very famous UN speech, He for She, admitted she was nervous. She lost her place for a moment, paused, took a deep breath, and kept going. And do you know what happened? The audience applauded and admired her more because she didn't hide it. So if you have blanked out before, or if you are terrified that this will happen again, remember, it's not the blank that defines you, it's how you handle it that defines you. So let's talk about some rescue strategies. What do you do in the moment when your brain goes silent? Here are some real practical rescue strategies. Number 1, pause and breathe. Winston Churchill, one of history's most powerful orators, would sometimes stop mid-speech for what felt like eternity. People thought it was a dramatic effect. In reality, he was recollecting his thoughts. The pause didn't hurt his speech. It made him sound even more commanding. So take a pause. It feels like forever, but to your audience, it looks intentional. Number 2, rephrase or repeat your last line. Buy some time. Brené Brown, in one of her talks, actually said, "I just lost my train of thought," which is perfect since we are talking about imperfection. The audience laughed and she got right back on track. Repeating or reframing buys you time while your brain catches up. Number 3, use bridge phrases. Say something like, "What I really want to highlight here is," or "Let me put it another way." These little phrases buy you seconds and make you look like you're emphasizing a point instead of filling space. Number 4, make short notes on probably index cards or slides and feel free to glance over. Don't write a full script, just keywords. A quick glance can jog your memory without derailing you. And number 5, engage your audience. At many TEDx events, speakers who go blank simply ask the audience a quick question. How many of you can relate to this? It not only gives you a breather, it also re-engages the crowd. That moment of vulnerability can actually deepen connection. How do we prevent it? What can we do so that blanking doesn't derail us in the first place? First, know your outline, not a script. Steve Jobs didn't memorize his famous product launches word for word. He worked with storyboards, a sequence of key points and visuals. That way, even if he forgot a line, he always knew where the story was going. So don't memorize sentences. Memorize the roadmap. Second, build with the stories. Oprah Winfrey has said that stories are her safety net. Facts can slip away under pressure, but your own stories, those live in you. If you lose your place, just slide into a personal example. It's easier to recall and feels natural. Third, practice with distractions. So when I'm coaching my students, I observe how they respond to an unexpected noise or a friend's or my facial expression as while they're speaking. And then I discuss it even if it's an interruption to their speech. Why? Because the more you train your brain for the unexpected, the less it throws you off. Fourth, plan recovery lines in advance. Tony Robbins, for example, openly says, I'm going to lose my place at some point, and that's good news because it means I'm speaking from the heart. He reframes the blank before it even happens. You can have your own go-to line like, let me collect my thoughts for a moment, or that's such an important point, I want to say it the right way. These lines turn a blank into strength. I've seen many people pause mid-storytelling and say, I can't remember why I wanted to share this, why I started telling the story, but I'm sure it'll come to me. And then they complete the story, and if they still are unable to recall what they were trying to drive home, they will think of some other message that comes out of it and adds value to the story they just shared. So let's talk about some mindset shift for that. Here are the most important things. Your audience is not your enemy. They are not sitting there waiting for you to mess up. They are rooting for you. They want you to succeed. Malala Yousafzai, during her Nobel Peace Prize lecture, actually lost her line. She smiled and said, I think I got too excited. The audience applauded her warmly. That small blank didn't make her weaker. It made her message feel even more real. So instead of fearing a blank, see it as a chance to connect. You are showing your humanity, and people respond to that more than polished perfection. So let's recap. If you blank out mid-speech, don't panic. Pause, breathe, repeat, rephrase, recalibrate, redo. Use a bridge phrase, glance at your notes, or engage your audience. In the long term, and most importantly, remember that a blank isn't the end of the world. It's often the most human moment of your talk. If Barack Obama, Emma Watson, Brené Brown, Oprah, Malala Yousafzai, and Vineeta Khanna have all blanked out, you are in very good company. The difference is in how you recover. So thank you for tuning into OATS Uncut. If you have had a blank out moment, funny or terrifying, I'd love to hear your story. Who knows? We might feature it in one of our future episodes. So until next time, remember, mistakes don't break you. They make you stronger and memorable. Thank you for tuning in. Stay well, stay safe. Remember to love and to laugh and have a blast. Till we meet again.